My name is Lin Xing. Today I am packing things ready to drive to the class reunion with my boyfriend at night. That's right, my boyfriend Li Xuehui and I are college classmates, graduated and started living together, working together, during which my boyfriend got a bonus, so he bought a car with full payment, and today's class reunion, we are driving this car. Although it is a graduation party, but in fact there are only 5 people, the 5 of us are all diehard college days, and then my boyfriend and I fell in love. They also said that we are called to eat the grass on the edge of the nest. Only later we all work separately, seldom have contact. This party has been long awaited. I also dressed up to attend. Vehicle opened downtown a bar, which is particularly lively, high-grade decoration. It is difficult to find my classmates' card seat. They made a scene to be punished. Oops, I come to drink. Today my boyfriend driving still have to go back. I come to drink it. Knowing that you can't avoid the wine, so I waved my hand and drank 3 glasses. 3 cups of wine down, face feel warm. The best girlfriend Sun Chichi coaxed. Never just heard of boys to girls to block the wine, have not heard of girls to boys to block the wine. Li Xuehui, you this cannot What can't? My boyfriend line more okay, said he drove today, and he was allergic to alcohol. You don't make it difficult for people. I protect my boyfriend's heart eager, cannot help but say a few words. Sun Chichi, however, laughed and said, don't talk nonsense. I remember when I was in school, Li Xuehui even personally blocked the wine for me, and at that time he drank his whole body red, and he held up and said it was fine. I watched Sun Chichi engage in this kind of behavior, and my boyfriend didn't duck out of the way. Sun Chichi even went overboard and stuck together with Li Xuehui. I frowned, my heart was very uncomfortable, and just when I wanted to say something, I was pulled over by a boy next to me. Lin Xing, don't be petty, we're all old classmates, what's wrong with that? I turned my head to see clearly. Pulling my old classmate is Zhou Jianhua. This kid is a rich second generation, good looking and good body, coupled with a cheerful personality, not only more friends, but also the suitor special, from the university to now basically girlfriends have not been broken. Sometimes even if you meet really will still be entangled with other women, has always been the image of the playboy. Just to friends really enough righteousness, we have been good friends for so long. Years of absence, Zhou Jianhua and handsome a lot, more attractive than before, I actually have a feeling of heartbeat. Think about the boyfriend's car, but 100,000 or so Volkswagen, but Zhou Huajian's car keys are more than 1 million. Sometimes think of having such a boyfriend is not bad, at least have money to spend, is not enough. When Zhou Jianhua pulled me into his arms, the distance between the two of us was very intimate, and in this moment, I didn't think about hiding. What are you guys doing? Hurry up and separate, all of you have someone. On the side, the last classmate arrived. Sun Wei. Sun Wei is the class president in our college class, not only is the first in the class, but also our school's 3 good students. When many girls in the school pursued her, he did not have a heart. When I saw Sun Wei, I hastened to collect my expression, did not say anything else. When I looked up, my boyfriend Li Xuehui had already been drinking with his girlfriend Sun Chichi. I frowned and went up to take away the glass of wine. What are you doing? A moment, we do not go home. I can't drive, what are you going to do? Oops, I didn't mean to, let's call a chauffeur later. Call a chauffeur? How much money do you have to call a chauffeur? My heart's dissatisfaction directly vented out. Since I bought this car, our family has an additional payment, gas, parking fees are money, every day is a carefully calculated life, and now a party, directly began to call a chauffeur, every day to call a chauffeur, the day is still living. Seeing that we are about to quarrel, the people around us hurriedly persuade us to calm down. Today is the day of the reunion. Okay, don't argue, it's no big deal, we came here today to have fun, don't mention those things. Zhou Jianhua opened his mouth. I also felt a little embarrassed at that time, so I didn't say anything. Why don't we play truth or dare, and drink if we can't do it then, how about it? Sun Chichi hurriedly picked up again and offered to play the game together. Everyone also unanimously agreed. In the end, they all chose to play truth or dare. The game just started, and the one with the smallest number of points on the sieve was me. I was a little embarrassed, knowing that I would definitely have to contribute to the laughs in the first game. Zhou Jianhua was the first to try to give me a question. I'll ask you a simpler one for the first sentence. truth or dare, you tell me how you were caught up by Li Shuihui in the first place. Once the question came out, I pondered for a moment, looking at Zhou Jianhua's eyes, my heart was a little drummed. Because in fact, I should have been with Zhou Jianhua in the beginning. University, I had a crush on Zhou Jianhua, the two people often contacted privately, friendship is warming up. That day I sent him a message, the evening time to go to the school's flower beds in the pavilion to meet, the night I thought it was Zhou Jianhua as promised. Two people drive fire to seek excitement, but when the end of the time, he took my hand out, the street lamp I realized that it was not at all Zhou Jianhua. Instead, it was Li Shuihui. Li Shuihui finally confessed to me, giving me a lifetime commitment. I myself have a good feeling about Li Shuihui, and the two of us have already happened that kind of thing. He behaved very well, I also agreed. Subsequently the response to that aspect of Zhou Jianhua was much less. Because we broke through that relationship at school in the first place, we got together. I retrieved my thoughts and said it in a cloudy manner, but my eyes looked at Zhou Jianhua with some resentment. Zhou Jianhua's complexion had a slight change, smiled, and then said that he was going out for a cigarette. Just in time, I'll go out for a smoke as well. I stood up and followed Zhou Jianhua out. Looking at Zhou Jianhua's back, I couldn't help but be reminded of that night in college. If it was Zhou Jianhua, would fate be rewritten? Zhou Huajian stood still on the balcony. I couldn't help but reach out and touch his shoulder. He seemed to have some feelings as well, turned around and pulled me into his arms, smelling the flavor of my body, and whispered, "Tonight, give it to me here." His hands went into my underwear and kneaded hard, placing me in a chair on the balcony and spreading my legs. I was aggrieved, yet angry, and slapped Zhou Jianhua in the face, tears following to hold back my tears. "Bastard, you bastard. In the beginning you really thought that I had seduced two men. Have you ever thought that I really didn't? I only called out to you, it was dark inside the pavilion, the two of you were about the same size, I really didn't know it wasn't you at the time." After it was over, he took my hand and walked out. I realized it was a case of mistaken identity, but what could I do? The wood has been turned, you tell me what I can do. If you were there, why couldn't you have rushed over? The more I said, the more aggrieved I became, weeping as I thought about that thing I had done and blamed Zhou Jianhua. Zhou Jianhua, however, froze in place, just looked at me, a long time before he said, "Is the matter like this?" He paused for a long time, still difficult to accept the current reality. "It doesn't matter how things are, you didn't go over there to protect me and we really missed out for life." I wiped the tears from my eyes, knowing it couldn't be. But I don't know why, there is a hint of fluke in my heart, hoping that Zhou Jianhua can snatch me over despite the world, if that counts as making up for the regret in the beginning. Lifetime like this. I have money, does Li Shuihui have it? More than $100,000 of car, you willingly. Saying this, Zhou Jianhua ignored my resistance. After a long time, Zhou Jianhua got dressed, looked at me for a long time, and only left a sentence, "We will have a future." Saying that, he left first. After a few minutes I walked downstairs, only to find that Sun Qiqi and Li Shuihui weren't there either, and only Sun Wei was playing with his cell phone alone. Where are the two of them? I was curious in my heart, how come these two people also disappeared at the same time? Just now Sun Qiqi accidentally broke her wine glass, the two went to the room to apply medicine, they will come down in a while. Sun Wei and I explained. I nodded and didn't say anything. When the two came back, Sun Qiqi was still as close to Li Shuihui as she was just now. When she saw me, Sun Qiqi still had a smug look on her face. "You guys are back, just now I accidentally scratched my hand, Shuihui just took me to get medicine, you won't be jealous, right?" No, I forced a smile on my face, not wanting to lose my temper. Li Shuihui was also very well behaved, sitting beside me when he came back, interlocking his fingers with me. Once upon a time we wouldn't act like this in front of our friends, him being like this, it made me suspect that he had really done something wrong to me. My heart was already beating drums because of what happened just now, and now that I found out Li Shuihui's end, I am even more mentally unbalanced. I cannot love Li Shuihui, because in the beginning it was he who cheated me, but Li Shuihui cannot not love me, he cannot be unfaithful to me. Holding in my anger, I grabbed the question when Sun Qiqi failed at the next truth or dare. Okay, I'll pick a dare, Lin Xing, you have to be kind to me. Sun Qiqi had a smile on her face and it made me very sick to look at her. Fine, since it's a dare, let's put in a perk. How about you go seduce Zhou Jianhua, just make Zhou Jianhua's body react. I said it with a smile. It was actually to humiliate Sun Qiqi. Because Sun Qiqi's body wasn't as good as mine, even that face was inferior by a few points, it was only by virtue of a condescension that I didn't know where it was. She always wanted to press me, and showed the naivety that men liked the most. Since she likes to press me so much, she might as well seduce Zhou Jianhua. Zhou Jianhua who just tried my body, would he still have a reaction when faced with this kind of woman? I felt pain in my heart when I thought of Sun Qiqi making a fool of herself. In front of Li Xuehui was also a warning to him, letting him know that between him and Sun Qiqi is just unseemly, he can't cheat and fail me. When Sun Qiqi heard my words, she instantly looked embarrassed and looked at me awkwardly and said, Lin Xing, we're all old classmates, it's not good for you to do this, is it? Let everyone watch, I'm not a nightclub lady. What does it matter, you're both single, male unmarried female unmarried, who's going to say anything? It's said to be a dare, of course it's going to be exciting, isn't it? I insisted and refused to give up. Li Xuehui tugged on my sleeve from the side, you're going too far, change it. Another one? Fine, then let her seduce you, do you like a lively and cheerful little girl like Qiqi? Seeing Li Xuehui speak for Sun Qiqi, I was furious. In the end you're my boyfriend, when you don't turn towards me, what exactly do you mean? The more I thought in my heart, the more uncomfortable I became, and I directly shook off Li Xuehui's hand. Sun Qiqi, who saw the scene, however, started to act like a green tea whore and said, you guys don't fight either, it wasn't a big deal in the first place, what are you guys fighting about? Lin Xing, Xuehui is just being soft-hearted, afraid that I'll feel embarrassed, there's no other meaning, don't be angry. Since it's just playing games, it's good that everyone understands it in their hearts, I'll just go out on a limb, okay? Saying that, Sun Qiqi glanced at Zhou Jianhua next to her, then said with a smile, why don't you make a sacrifice, don't let their little couple get upset over this matter. Zhou Jianhua smiled and didn't say anything, but opened his hands to signal Sun Qiqi to come into his arms. Until Zhou Jianhua kissed Sun Qiqi's lips, the two of them made a break, and this dare was considered to be over. Sun Qiqi breathed a long sigh of relief, is this okay, consider it a success for me. It's indeed quite successful, I'm itching to look at my heart. Sun Wei was on the side and kept on emphasizing the atmosphere, his eyes couldn't get off of Sun Qiqi's body since just now. I saw this and became even more angry, so I simply quit the game. I'm not playing anymore, you guys play, a game party hole like what, it's disgusting. I opened my mouth. In the beginning it was you who said to play, the topic was also you who came up with it, now you are saying that you won't play, I really don't understand what you mean, is it me who took the initiative to ask to do this kind of thing? Sun Qiqi showed some dissatisfaction at the moment and opened her mouth to accuse me. I was the one who made the topic, but you clearly could have refused, just now didn't Li Xuehui help you refuse? Aren't you still happy to do this dare? Clearly you're borrowing my mouth to do what you want to do, right? You still have the nerve to say it. I was also a bit impatient, my heart's dissatisfaction with Sun Qiqi reaching a climax. Lin Xing, don't be shameless. Sun Qiqi got up and pointed at me to make a move. I have long been tired of Sun Qiqi, since I want to do it who is afraid of Hua, I also want to go forward in Sun Qiqi conflict, the key moment the remaining 3 men are blocked, do not allow the 2 of us to approach. Sun Wei does not know how the situation will become, so hurry to round up, not to, you 2 college time is not the best friend it, why now become so, why because a few words angry All calm down, we are classmates reunion today, not to fight, you all calm down, no one is allowed to make a scene. Since Lin Xing doesn't want to play then we won't play, no one said we have to play, so be it. Sun Wei has been saying this on the side, I also calmed down a few points, looking at Sun Qiqi's face, remembering that we were really the best girlfriends together, inseparable, advising each other, when she had a crush on Li Xuehui, I also know it by heart, at that time, I liked Zhou Jianhua. The 2 people do not bother each other, and will even make plans to share each other's careful movement, but since I that time by mistake and Li Xuehui together, the 2 people's contradictions are increasing, no party before, I can often see Sun Qiqi Initiative and Li Xuehui chatting, said that very miss. The pall of these things pressed in my heart, let me have today's anger. And Sun Qiqi didn't know if she also thought of something, calmed down, looked at me for a long time, sat back down again and said, if she doesn't play, then she doesn't play, I'll continue to play. I could only sit down when I heard this and didn't say anything else. A few men hot field ready to play, but did not expect the next hit is Sun Wei, men competing for the question, not just the smoke, but also a harmonious coexistence. After playing tired we dispersed back to the room to rest, just walked to the room, Li Xuehui came. Li Xuehui, what are you doing? I was a little annoyed, originally just things also hold fire, now he is like this, I am even more angry. What am I doing, we are both boyfriend and girlfriend, I can't touch you. No, male and female friends, have you registered with me to get a license, married? I broke free from Li Xuehui's restraints. Lin Xing, did you see Zhou Jianhua? That's why you don't let me touch it. When you and Zhou Jianhua were about to get married, if it wasn't for me showing up halfway, wouldn't the two of you have been together? Li Xuehui was also a bit annoyed, pointing at my nose and questioning me. This question, I froze. That's right, compared to Li Xuehui I really want to choose Zhou Jianhua more, but it's just a misadventure, remembering the things that happened between Zhou Jianhua and I on the balcony, I still have a slight heartbeat in my heart. Not saying anything is it? It's just a direct acquiescence, Lin Xing, you really are that kind of person. I'm that kind of person, Sun Qiqi isn't, if she isn't you go find her. After saying this, I turned around and went to the restroom to remove my makeup, not wanting to argue with Li Xuehui. When I came out after removing my makeup, Li Xuehui was not in the room, he should have gone out. The argument just now turned calm, I also felt some bad feelings in my heart, and wanted to go out to get some air, and just as I went out, I saw Li Xuehui and Sun Qiqi on the living room sofa from upstairs, the two of them hugging each other. Sun Qiqi seemed to be comforting each other. I resisted the urge to go down and just covered up and watched them. The sound was controlled to be very small, but I really saw it all and took out my cell phone to film it. Things have come to this point, I am disappointed in Li Xuehui to the extreme, anyway, Zhou Jianhua has a heart for me, even if they are not together, following Zhou Jianhua will definitely not run out of money to spend, so after filming, I directly went down and picked up something to be thrown at Sun Qiqi's head. Li Xuehui, Sun Qiqi, what are you two doing? I'm still here, and you guys are doing this kind of thing, as if I'm dead. How to say we are also friends, you are here to seduce my boyfriend, do you want to be shameless? Li Xuehui saw this and hurriedly got up to stop me. Sun Qiqi was like a wounded white rabbit quickly putting on her own clothes, curled up on the sofa without saying a word, but the eyes that looked at me were like a victor mocking the loser. My self-esteem was greatly frustrated. Because of the intense commotion, Zhou Jianhua and Sun Wei also came out to check, see is the scene, hear my screaming and cursing, also understand is what happened. Sun Wei did not have eyes to see, just hide in the back. Zhou Jianhua went forward and directly gave Li Xuehui a fist. Are you a man? Out of this kind of thing, you are here to stop their girlfriend, Sun Qiqi is right. She just deliberately made a mess of your chickens and dogs. Li Xuehui was hit and stumbled, took a step back, blood flowed out of the corner of his mouth all of a sudden. He looked at Zhou Jianhua and without a word, he directly took Sun Qiqi and left the place. I was upset, but I knew that this was the choice made by Li Xuehui. In this way, there is no dispute between Li Xuehui and me, completely broken, and the story of Zhou Jianhua and I began. After so many years, the misunderstanding was finally corrected and I got what I should have wanted. The next day I left with Zhou Jianhua. He took me to their home to live, a high-grade neighborhood of a detached small villa. This kind of leisurely and comfortable life is that I have no power to enjoy when I am with Li Xuehui. I do not have to worry about my work, this month's salary cannot be rich. Also do not have to worry about a little money to spend my own not enough. Finally, I ushered in this day. Zhou Jianhua also promised me and her together do not have to work is also fine, he will then regularly send me money. Hear this sentence. I am again a few points of solidity, finally ushered in all this, my future. In the evening, I purposely bought erotic pajamas, wanting to treat Zhou Jianhua and let him know my charm. Husband, come back early in the evening, I prepared a surprise for you. Got it, I'll try my best. Receiving Zhou Jianhua's reply, I immediately started to set up the house, turned on the ambient lights and lit candles. In this environment, I really don't know how hungry he will be when he comes back. Counting the time, I waited on the bed and waited. Pushing the door in, not Zhou Jianhua, but a woman I have never seen. She pushed the door with a serious face, and Pai was still wearing emotional lingerie and sitting in an alluring position. The intrusion of this stranger made me instantly jittery, and I hurriedly covered myself with the quilt. Who are you and why did you get into my house? Heh, is this your home? This is clearly a house my husband paid for, and I have the right to use every asset in his name. Husband? I carefully surveyed the woman in front of me, full of name brands, superior temperament, but there are a few points like Zhou Jianhua's wife. So Zhou Jianhua is married. And keeping me is nothing more than harboring a junior. Heart even though it is lost, but I also once thought and Zhou Jianhua together as will be agreed. Anyway, things have come to this point. I have no way back. Sees Zhou Jianhua, this money tree is the most important. Yes, I am Zhou Jianhua's wife. Since he said something last time to go to a class reunion, I feel wrong, looking for half a day of clues. I just know, the original reunion is fake, looking for you this junior private meeting is true. I want to argue something, but I cannot say anything, can only be silent. Zhou Jianhua's wife looked at me and held back her anger. I won't give you a penny, now get out, don't have any contact with my husband in the future. If I find out that you have contact, you have no good fruit to eat, do you understand? Living here, it's not that I want to live here, it's Zhou Jianhua who begged me not to leave him and begged me to stay with him. If you are really a good wife, why can't you catch your husband's heart? Having the guts to come and kick me out, that means you don't have the guts to control your husband. I wasn't the least bit intimidated either. Looking at this, she wasn't a capable person either. Why else would she just come to her instead of going to Zhou Jianhua to argue about it? You. The woman was furious with me, she came up and slapped me, then started tearing my clothes. Don't you like seducing men? Since you like it, why are you still wearing clothes? Why don't you just strip naked and go seduce on the street? I'll take them off for you. Her strength is very big, tearing the clothes on my body, that kind of clothes is already very thin, now being torn down is even easier, I have no room to resist. At the time of 10,000 despair, Zhou Jianhua walked in, saw the scene, rushed over to stop his wife. The woman only had some convergence. Zhou Jianhua, look at what you did. When our two families married, you said you loved me for a lifetime, there is no deception, and now get me this one unsavory woman, you are thinking that I will put up with you. You must break clean with him, or I'll take things to your family's side. Shut up. Give me some time, I'll take care of it. Zhou Jianhua shouted, and eventually softened, trying to get his wife to calm down. It's fine, within a month, hurry up and send it away. His wife wasn't being a nuisance, and after leaving a deadline, she turned to leave. For a long time, Zhou Jianhua turned to look at me, not saying a word. I burrowed into his arms and cried, don't, husband, you won't apologize to me, won't you? You won't abandon me, right? Don't abandon me. As long as you don't abandon me, I'm willing to do anything, I can stay with you. Zhou Jianhua reached out and patted my back. I know, but this matter really can't let my family know. In 2 days I'll give you a new place, be careful not to be found. Good. I understand. I know that now is not the time, as long as I do not make a scene will not be abandoned, this is enough, otherwise lively Zhou Jianhua where I have any good fruit to eat. Save enough money, I then leave is also possible. Just Zhou Jianhua behind the transfer of me, I treated me as a canary, captive, no work, only day after day at home waiting for him to come to me, waiting for him to play with his wife and children to come back to me. My heart is empty, looking at the deposit balance although much more, but ultimately no reason to escape. No, 3 months later, I was pregnant. Zhou Jianhua learned the news but let me hurry to get rid of the child, have a child must not, I was disheartened, went to the hospital. But come back, I already do not want to go back, leave the city may be my best choice.